All right, so we're here for day 2 of Athletic Every Day, and today I started off with some light skipping. I like to mix up the variations, so I'm not just jumping on the spot up and down. I like to mix it up, do doubles, hopping from one leg to the next. I have no idea what these are called, but I know boxers do them a lot, and I like to do side-to-side skipping just to get a good amount of volume for low-intensity plyometrics. It's good to build elasticity in the lower leg because it's great. It's the main part of your body for absorbing force and shock when you're doing athletic and plyometric activities such as running, jumping, and sprinting. Then I did just my usual warm-up for my snatch, my clean and jerk. It's a light day today, considering yesterday was pretty heavy. And tomorrow I'm actually going to be maxing out my clean and jerk and my snatch. So it'll be very, very interesting to see what I get and see what total I get. I'll also be maxing out for the same workout next week as well. So yeah, usual warm-up. I like to do over and backs with the dowel, get my shoulders warmed up and mobilized. Just from watching the video from this angle, you can really see how much my left elbow likes to hyperextend, which is why I'm kind of a bit tenuous about making sure I get maximal extension on my elbow when I do snatches and clean and jerk, but I do extend it as much as I can. Never had any pain there, but the reason why is because I broke that arm when I was a kid, and now it just hyperextends. That's just the way it is. So today was some pretty light snatches. It was just power snatch singles, believe it or not. So it was the top set was 4 sets of 60 kilo power snatch singles. So nice and easy, nice and light. Wasn't really particularly going hell for leather on these. Just making sure my technique was nice and snappy, making sure the bar was moving fast, and making sure I caught it in that nice quarter squat athletic position. So here was the first set, second set, third set, and then the fourth set, and then I moved on to some power clean and jerks. I like to warm up with muscle cleans if I'm doing cleans. Usually I warm up all the way down from 40 again, but today I didn't really have time. I did a muscle clean and a strict press there, just to make sure my shoulder was feeling good. Strict press usually makes my shoulder feel a little bit better, and then isometric by the eyes, really to try and isometrically activate the rotator cuff muscles on the left side, because that's the issue. That's the side that usually gives me issues. Jerks, again, weren't particularly feeling good today. As I said yesterday, my jerks are pretty terrible, but something I'm going to keep on working on over the years. That one was pretty bad. That was the worst one. This one was slightly better. Again, as usual, mixed up the foot styles, so I wasn't just doing right-left all the time. I did do some left-rights as well. Again, only 3 sets of 1 here, so yeah, super duper low volume, super duper low intensity. Today is actually a day where on the program it says you can just take a day off if you want to, but I've just been doing it every week pretty much ever since. Then it was 3 sets of 3 with a top set of 90 on the front squat. This is 72.5, which was the weight from the power cleans. Again, nothing particularly challenging. It's just useful on off days to keep your body moving. I'm not really one for just doing absolutely nothing on a rest day. I firmly believe that you should keep moving and stimulate blood flow and circulation around the body. So, and the best way to do that, if you want to recover from squatting, it sounds counterintuitive, but just squat. Like if you squat the day after with just a lighter weight and a lower volume, then generally you're going to recover quite well, because you're literally activating the exact same movement patterns. So you're going to get the perfect recovery for that movement. You're getting the blood flow in the same way, in the same muscle groups, in exactly the same way. So it makes sense to recover by doing the same movement pattern. Then I finished up with some Lou raises. Some people like to call them full range of motion lateral raises. These are really, really fantastic for getting the shoulder moving through a full range of motion. And they really do help my shoulders to feel really good after workouts. So I figured I'd just do a couple of sets of them. I usually do sets of 10, 12, or 15. I can do these with 10 kilo plates, but it's not comfortable, so I might as well just do it with a lighter weight. Then I moved on to some multi-directional lunges. I feel like my training at the moment has really been missing sort of multi-planar, multi-directional movements, and I quite like these multi-directional lunges. I did sets of 5 in each direction with just the barbell, and yeah, they make my legs just feel really, really good. It's a great way to work on balance and stability, and you're training all of those muscles in the legs, particularly the hip adductors and abductors. So your glute medius, your adductors, obviously, those are getting a little bit of stimulus here as well, more than they usually would through just conventional squatting or lunging in that sagittal plane. You're getting a little bit of somewhat transverse plane action, some core stability, but you're also getting a good amount of frontal plane. So that side to side plane that was going in line with the barbell there, you're getting a good amount of that with this movement as well. So I'm going to try and incorporate some more of that type of stuff into my training as we go on. And the last thing I finished up with were some bent leg calf raises, really to try and focus on isolating that soleus muscle, the muscle that is incredibly useful for shock absorption in the lower leg. I think I read a study once that said how the soleus size and strength is directly correlated with knee injuries and with shear forces across, I think it was either the ACL or the MCL, but it's a very important muscle that is frequently neglected. So it's important to train those. And also I finished up with some tibialis raises with my homemade tibialis bar. So that concludes day 2.